London, 1944. An explosion tears through a street. No siren warned of this weapon. No engine passed overhead. If anyone heard the V-2 at all, its dying rush came after the blast, because the rocket hit faster than sound. Fighters could not catch it. Anti-aircraft guns could not reach it. Once in flight, there was no practical interception. And yet this apparently unstoppable weapon failed. The answer is simple. It was Inocu, the first V-2 to strike Britain, hit Chiswick in West London on the 8th of September 1944. It killed 3 people and seriously injured 17. There was no warning system at first, only sudden explosions that officials publicly blamed on gas main accidents. London became the weapon's best-known target. Antwerp, however, reveals more about what the rocket could and could not do. Germany wanted to disrupt the port-feeding Allied armies. The attacks were terrifying. On December 16, 1944, a V-2 hit Antwerp's crowded Cinema Rex. 567 people were killed, including 296 Allied soldiers. It was the deadliest single V-2 strike. These were not harmless weapons. They killed thousands across Europe and forced people to live with random instant destruction. But terror and military effect are different measurements. The question was not whether a rocket could destroy a building. It was whether repeated launches could reliably stop an army, close support, or hit a specific military target. The V-2 could not do that reliably. A British post-war technical report counted 1,800 rockets launched against Antwerp. Only 44% landed within a circle 10 kilometers or more than 6 miles from the aim point. That is a city-sized error, not precision. Aiming at a dock, bridge, rail yard, or headquarters did not mean hitting it. Even the rocket's roughly 1-ton warhead could only wreck a limited area when it landed. 11 V-2s were fired at the Ludendorff Bridge at Remagen in March 1945. None hit the bridge. The V-2 was therefore most useful as a terror weapon against a large urban target, where almost any impact could cause fear and casualties. But fear could not correct the guidance system, and a 1-ton explosion, arriving 1 rocket at a time, could not match the sustained destructive weight of conventional bombers. The weapon looked futuristic because it crossed the sky in minutes. Its actual effect was still the effect of a single conventional bomb, delivered with very poor accuracy. Then came the bill. The Smithsonian records an average production cost of about 75,000 Reichsmarks after costs had fallen. At Mittelwerk, each rocket still required roughly 7,500 labor hours. That price did not include the entire support system. Each launch needed factories, rail movement, a special transporter, an erection vehicle, control gear, trained crews, and dangerous liquids. In Britain's post-war reconstruction of a German launch, planners allowed at least 6 tons of liquid oxygen and used 4 tons of alcohol for 1 firing. Liquid oxygen evaporated and had to be moved in insulated tankers. All this delivered 1 conventional warhead with poor odds of landing near its aim point. The deepest cost was human. After an RAF raid damaged Peenemünde in August 1943, mass production shifted underground to Mittelwerk. Concentration camp prisoners were forced to build the rockets. By the end of January 1944, the SS held 12,682 prisoners at Dora with roughly 8,000 to 10,000 crowded into the tunnels. Across the wider Mittelbau camp complex, about 60,000 people were imprisoned and at least 20,000 did not survive. The memorial warns that the exact total cannot be known. Those are complex-wide totals, not precise V-2 assembly line deaths. The familiar claim that more people died making the V-2 than were killed by it should therefore not be repeated as a clean, settled statistic. The system was also less untouchable than the rocket in the sky. Mobile launch sites were hard to find, but factories, heat, and rail communications could be bombed. Fuel movements, transport columns, storage areas, crews, and launch support could be disrupted. Unstoppable applied only after launch. It did not protect the machinery that made a launch possible. And the campaign began in September 1944, when Germany was already retreating. There was no time to cure the guidance problems, expand production without limit, or turn terror into strategic reversal. Antwerp proves the point. Despite constant V-1 and V-2 harassment, an official U.S. Army history says port activity continued at a steady pace. In December 1944 alone, American ships discharged 427,592 long tons of cargo there. The rockets killed and wounded, but they did not close the port. So, the V-2 failed as a war-winning weapon, for the same reason many wonder weapons fail. Spectacular performance in one dimension hid weakness everywhere else. It was fast but inaccurate, advanced but wasteful, frightening but too late. Its real victory came after the war. The United States and Soviet Union captured rockets, documents, and specialists, then used V-2 experience to accelerate their own missile and space programs. The V-2 did not save Nazi Germany. It helped open the ballistic missile and space age that followed.